Hi Oshin, just here now before I put the pump together. This is the chute off the harvester. The chute off the harvester comes as a solid piece. I had to cut the back off the chute, drill it out and file it out so that the actual grass could be blown up through it. I just have a white piece of plastic over it there, so I could actually see what was happening, that it wasn't getting blocked. It was getting blocked with some of the earlier grass I was using when I was drilling or scraping it out and drilling it out. I actually went a little bit too hard and have breached the top of the chute, but I have two of them. Likewise then as well, at the bottom of the chute, it connects to a little bulb or a little ball joint, and that's what was going around. I have that cut at an angle. That's the actual chute. So I actually have two harvesters. I bought two of them. I actually bought one fairly new and one very old one. This is the second old one, and I've been working on this. I actually had to cut the body to modify the body of the harvester itself. I had to take this chunk out of it here. And the reason being was that the pump I'm using, and I'll show you now, this is the actual pump together. It's what it is it's just one of the ordinary standard motors, and it's a Siku bale, and I had the Siku bale haft. This is here, and that's what the Siku bale looks like, that when you just take it asunder. And I've then filed and smoothened out the whole of the motor. I have a couple of them here. I've been working on different ones. You'll probably be able to 3D print this. This is the housing of the motor. That here, and you'll be able to maximize it. The actual insert then that goes into the housing of the motor is this lad here. It's two pieces of two plastic discs, and what I have for the vanes in the motor are actually Coke cans, and I've cut the Coke cans and I've made them into semicircles, and you can actually see it there, and they're super glued in. So that's what's holding that together are the vanes. There's 4 vanes in there. There's a small hole drilled at the one at the back, so the motor will fit in there, super glued on. It then goes on to this goes through this little circle here, and then at the other side there's a bigger hole. And the bigger hole facilitates the suction. So as you can see here, it sucks it up through here and blows it out the top. Now what I'm using for suction is an old Farmer's Journal pen. I heated it and bent it and tried to get it as smooth as possible. So I've had all that drilled, and that's as smooth as possible. The housing then, I just have that's taped there because I'm still working on it as a prototype, but it seems to be working okay. Now, the reason why I had to cut, as I said earlier, that I had to cut the housing of the harvester is that with the vanes angled, turn up this one here, with the vanes angled in a semicircle, that when they catch the material, it blows it out at an angle. So when this harvester, if this motor is in the harvester and this the access point for the chute, is at the top center, it doesn't blow straight up, it blows to an angle. So the position of the motor will be slightly off center, as you can see. So the chute will be facing down the intake chute, but the motor will actually be off to the center. And that's why, to facilitate that when inside in the harvester, I had to be able to move the chute over. So that's the reason why I had to take a piece out of the harvester. And as you can see, I have that cut at an angle. So that fella sits in there then, and he connects to the motor. I also had to remember, I had to try and keep the height as well of the chute. You can work it that it'll be down lower, but it looks obbanocht when you have the cab of the harvester on. So when the cab of the harvester is on, something like that the chute has to be, you want it looking right like everything. So it has to be at a certain height over it. So that's the reason why I had to move it over. Now, I know with regard, it would be nice to be able to have the chute in this position and then to move it over to the on position. You might be able to do that better than I can by being able to building a mount here or 3D printing this mount, as where if you look at the second chute I have, that the chute can fit down on top of some kind of a mount sticking out, and it could swivel on that, if that makes sense. So that could just swivel over and back on top of it. But at the moment, for me to do this, I'm going to have it permanent at the moment. So maybe that's something with the 3D printer you might be able to do a little bit easier. Looking at the model itself, then the model is a John Deere. It's a 750 or 7,500. I had to make a fair bit of modification in it. The wheels at the moment, I'm going to use 2 N20 motors, the normal, like you did on the tracked John Deere. so that they'll just sit in there. At the moment I have that bar cut and I have it joined there at the moment just for testing purposes. Basically everything has been taken out, the engine bay, the whole lot. This is what I'm left with. I've had to cut away all the plastic out of this, but I need this part because this is what the wheels mount on, and also the steering server for the motor, for the steering, will be mounted on this. So there is actually a fair bit of room inside in it. Now I'm not set up as good as you are for showing the actual I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to put it into the harvester, the motor, and pump into the harvester, and I'll show it again sucking up the grass. It'll suck up a fair bit of grass and blow it into the trailer. Have a look and see what you think. I was talking to you about the grass I was using. I was using Hornaby train set grass. For the life of me I can't see where it's gone now. But it wasn't actually, it wouldn't, oh here it is, yeah. So it was this skinnings or whatever it's called, and that's the grass I was using, but that's very fluffy. It's about $4.60 or $4.90 a bag. I was at a toy fair on Sunday and I picked up a bag of this stuff. It's a more bristle and a heavy grass, or finer grass. It seems to blow up better. Now at the moment I have the harvester sucking up grass and blowing it into a chute. The question now is, how much grass do you actually want it to suck up? I'll put it together and I'll send you on the second video and you can see what you think.